Never buy these types of properties in Hawaii. That stunning oceanfront property with the perfect lanai could be hiding a $250,000 nightmare repair that insurance won't cover. Today, I'm breaking the industry silence on the types of homes in Hawaii you should never buy, no matter how tempting the price or the view. The number one property to avoid on the Big Island of Hawaii is Lava Zones 1 and 2. The Big Island has 9 lava zones, starting from Lava Zone 1, which is the highest risk, to Lava Zone 9, which is the lowest risk. This isn't just about the dramatic footage that you see on the news. Here's what mainland buyers don't realize about these properties. Number one is getting insurance in Lava Zones 1 and 2 can be incredibly expensive and sometimes nearly impossible. Many lenders won't approve mortgages for these properties, which means that you have a very limited pool of buyers if it ever comes time to sell. Property values can drop 50% or more overnight due to volcanic activity. Let's not forget what happened in Leilani Estates. I've seen way too many mainland buyers fall in love with these drastically reduced prices and not understand the whole picture. In 2018, lots of homes were destroyed with little to no warning in Leilani Estates. If you're still determined to buy in these areas, you should only do so if you're building with cash or you have expendable construction funds. You have to emotionally accept the possibility of total loss and also be prepared that insurance will cover any of the costs. That means you'll receive no insurance compensation. House number 2 is severe ocean or climate exposure properties. The second type of property to approach with extreme caution is those that are along the shoreline that have intense salt spray. These homes have severe ocean exposure. That $1 million view can come with multi-million-dollar maintenance issues. Hawaii's salt air is extremely corrosive. I've walked through plenty of 5-year-old homes along the ocean that look like they're 25 years old. The harsh realities of owning oceanfront property include metal rusting anywhere from 5 to 10 times faster than on the mainland, electrical systems needing complete replacement every 7 to 10 years, appliances failing at 2 to 3 times the normal rate, windows and doors warping and prematurely failing, and not to mention constant repainting and maintenance requirements. Climate change also brings additional concerns such as accelerating erosion along all the Hawaiian Islands, and properties are losing shoreline buffer at alarming rates. There are increasing restrictions along shoreline hardening measures and an increasing difficulty for getting insurance for properties close to the ocean. I literally had a client a few months ago when there was a big swell and the ocean literally came into their living room and they had tons of damage. So be prepared. Now, if you're still drawn to oceanfront living, look for homes that have a setback of at least 100 feet from the shoreline. Choose properties that are elevated when possible. Make sure that you budget for at least 3 times the expense for maintenance than mainland costs, and consider newer construction with marine-grade materials. The third property category to avoid is houses that have significant unpermitted structures or those that are marketing an illegal vacation rental. Hawaii has a long history of unpermitted building structures, sometimes called additional dwelling units or ohanas. So make sure to do your own due diligence and know the laws. This can create serious liability issues as county officials are becoming more aggressive about enforcing these rules. Sometimes unpermitted structures might need to be torn down completely. I actually had a client that was selling a property where there was an unpermitted structure and it was built into the setback. And so in order for us to close with the lender, we had to literally remove the structure. And this was at the seller's expense. Sometimes there are also property tax assessments with back payments. Now, if you do purchase a property with an ohana or an unpermitted living area, make sure that your insurance is going to cover it and they're not going to deny the claim. Another thing that you want to be careful about is that make sure the vacation rental you're purchasing is not only zoned for vacation rentals, or that the house rules allows it, or that it's been grandfathered in. Sometimes people are operating short-term rentals in areas that are strictly prohibited. Counties across Hawaii have dramatically stepped up enforcement since 2019, and fines can reach up to $10,000 per day or more in violations. Many areas are permanently closed to short-term vacation rentals. And in fact, if you're purchasing a property that is going to be grandfathered in, but it's not actually zoned in the right way for short-term rentals, because like, for example, it's a residential area, make sure you're aware of the risks that potentially that grandfathered permit could be taken away. Always verify the permits through the county records and confirm with your realtor that you're purchasing in an area that allows short-term vacation rentals. Hawaii's real estate market is not like anywhere else, so make sure you understand the geological area, the climate conditions, and the county regulations. If not, these challenges can turn your investment into a money pit. Aloha everyone, I'm Barron Brown, your luxury Hawaii realtor, and after helping find hundreds of clients' homes, make sure you watch until the end because I've seen even savvy buyers make some of these mistakes. Before we go into the next warnings, make sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss any of our honest Hawaii real estate advice. I'm sharing with you insider information that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars and a lot of heartache. Are you thinking about relocating to Kailua-Kona, Big Island? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide. This is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below to top employers, to the best hospitals, to a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me. 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. I hope that helps. The fourth property to avoid is homes with hidden water damage and toxic mold. Hawaii's humidity creates the perfect environment for mold growth. You might find that water damage in Hawaii presents itself differently than on the mainland. Instead of obvious signs of stained ceilings, you might see bubbling paint. A slight discoloration around the baseboards could be a hint, or even if there's like a moldy or musky smell, could be an extreme sign of toxic mold. Actually, ever since I had a baby, I've been incredibly sensitive to this smell, and there've definitely been a couple houses where I've really noticed it. So it's important to have a trusted realtor like myself that will share this with your clients, especially if you're doing virtual tours. Window condensation and bathroom ventilation issues could definitely be red flags. Even new construction can have issues if improperly designed. And the financial impacts may be severe. Mold remediation here in Hawaii may cost anywhere from 30 to 50% more than the mainland. What looks like a $50,000 issue could quickly become a $200,000 issue. And insurance companies are becoming increasingly excluding of mold issues, or they're really limiting their coverage. Also, health impacts can make a property uninhabitable during renovation. Plus, disclosure laws means you're gonna have to disclose these same issues when you go to sell if they're not remediated, or even if they are. You can help protect yourself of these things by never waiving contingencies, even in a competitive market. In fact, you can insist on mold testing and moisture meters throughout the home inspection process. Make sure you request that all enclosed spaces be inspected, including attics and crawl spaces. Also be wary of recently flipped properties that smell like fresh paint. Something you also may consider is the property's orientation and prevailing rain patterns. Hey guys, it's Barron Brown. As much as I love making these videos, there's one thing that I love more. That's helping families and people all over the US to make the move here to the Big Island of Hawaii on the west side. So whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen, and I look forward helping you and your family make the move to the Kohala Coast. The fifth property to avoid is simply purchasing a home that's too small for your lifestyle needs. This might seem obvious, but because of Hawaii's high cost per square foot, buyers will tend to compromise on this, but it might be a decision that you deeply regret later. The average new home on the mainland is about 2,400 square feet, where in Hawaii, it's about half that. Before downsizing, make sure to consider the indoor-outdoor transitions in the living areas. Storage space is also a premium and also something to pay attention to, as well as you want to make sure that your mainland furniture will fit in your smaller Hawaii home if you're bringing it along. Multi-generational living is very common here in Hawaii, so if you're going to move your family members over, it's something to consider, as well as if you're going to expand your family. Maybe you just got married and you're going to have a few kids. I actually recently had that happen with some of my clients. They were just so desperate to get into a home because their lease was up and they wanted to own something so they didn't have to be pushed out yet again of another home and try to, scramble to find a place to rent. And he has 2 kids, she has 2 kids, now they have a baby. We talked about it being a little bit small, and now they're regretting purchasing their home. And they have to purchase something else, and prices are even higher now. Another thing to consider is that you might have an extra space where you work as an office or a gym. So have that as consideration as well. Common space-related regrets I hear include not enough storage space, whether it's in the kitchens or maybe there's a small garage area. I've also had clients say that they don't have enough covered outdoor space because sometimes there are some elements that happen here. Kailua Village, it's very windy and there can be rain. So make sure when you consider your outdoor space, you have a covered area or an area that you can make a covered area. It's also important to consider if you're gonna have a lot of guests visiting from the mainland that you have enough accommodations, because people will complain that they have lack of accommodations for guests and friends and family. Some people complain that they have inadequate space for outdoor activities to store their items, such as surfboards, for example, or bicycles, or that they have no room for their hobbies or their creative pursuits. Now, if budget constraints means buying smaller, there's a couple important things to pay attention to. Prioritize a functional layout versus the square footage. Make sure you have an open concept layout. Look for smart storage solutions or built-ins, or make sure that one space can serve flexible purposes. Consider that covered lanai space is essential, not optional, and make sure again that you have enough room for your big mainland furniture items. Sometimes a good idea is that I recommend that you come and rent a smaller space and see what it's like to live there, and is it gonna fit your lifestyle needs or not. Remember, in Hawaii, you have to consider the cost of additions, which can be 2 to 3 times the mainland, which doesn't always allow for the we'll fix it later type of attitude, because it's a huge expense. Buy the right sized home from the start, even if it means compromising on location or amenities. Hawaii's real estate market offers incredible opportunities for the right buyer with the right knowledge. The key is understanding our unique challenges and approaching them with eyes wide open. Now for the question of the day. For those of you moving or thinking about moving to the Big Island in the Kailua-Kona area, where are you coming from and what is the reason that you're moving? I'm truly curious. I'd love to know. So comment below, or better yet, call, text, or email me. The 5 types of properties in Hawaii to approach with extreme caution would be purchasing in high-risk lava zones, like Lava Zone 1 and 2, where you have insurance challenges as well as resale challenges, purchasing on a shoreline or property that's not properly set back from the ocean or the elements. Severe ocean exposure requires excessive maintenance. Properties with unpermitted structures or questionable rental potential, houses showing signs of mold and water damage, or houses that truly are too small and don't fit your lifestyle needs either now or in the next 5 years. Don't let these warnings discourage you. There are plenty of wonderful properties in Hawaii that do not have these issues. As your Hawaii realtor, my job is to help you find these gems and avoid these potential disasters, or at least be educated when you're going into it. In the comments below, please let me know which one of these issues surprised you the most, which one of these have you experienced yourself, and what other Hawaii real estate content would you like me to cover? If you're serious about finding the perfect, problem-free Hawaii home, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my information on the description. Mahalo for watching. A hui ho. We'll see you next time. And make sure to share this with anyone else considering their real estate journey to Hawaii. Hope you're living aloha every day.